In the forests of California, there stand two of the tallest trees in the world, the redwoods and the giant sequoias. These ancient giants can grow to be hundreds of feet tall and are a vital part of the forest ecosystem. But in recent years, deforestation has threatened the health of these magnificent trees and the species that depend on them. The impacts of deforestation on trees are numerous. When forests are cleared, trees lose their habitat, and it becomes difficult for them to survive. The loss of habitat also affects other plants and animals that depend on the forest. Deforestation reduces the biodiversity of an ecosystem, as it removes not just trees but also other vegetation and animals that depend on the forest. But it's not just the trees that are affected by deforestation. Wildlife that depends on these trees for food, shelter, and other resources also suffers. When forests are cleared, many wildlife species lose their homes, making it difficult for them to survive. Deforestation also reduces the availability of food sources for these animals, leading to declines in populations and even extinction for some species. To combat these issues, efforts have been made to plant new giant trees, especially in areas where deforestation has led to the loss of these trees. Reforestation programs involving the planting of young trees have been implemented in many areas, with the goal of restoring the forest ecosystem and providing habitat for wildlife. While these programs have shown promise in restoring forest ecosystems, it takes many decades or even centuries for newly planted trees to grow into mature, giant trees. In the meantime, it's essential to protect existing forests and prevent further deforestation to ensure that these trees continue to thrive in the future. By ongoing conservation efforts and a commitment to protecting our planet's natural resources, we can ensure that these magnificent trees continue to stand tall for generations to come. One notable example of a reforestation program focused on giant trees is the Redwood Forest Foundation, which aims to protect and restore redwood forests in California. The foundation has planted thousands of redwood trees in areas that were previously logged, with the goal of restoring the forest ecosystem and protecting wildlife. The process of growing giant trees is a slow one, as they are among the slowest growing trees in the world. It takes hundreds of years for these trees to reach their full height and girth. However, efforts are being made to protect and restore these trees, as they are not just essential for the survival of other plant and animal species but also for the health of our planet. Giant trees play a crucial role in mitigating the impacts of climate change. They absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, which helps to reduce the greenhouse effect that leads to global warming. They also help to regulate the water cycle by storing and releasing water as needed, which is critical for maintaining the health of ecosystems and communities around the world. The future of these ancient giants ultimately depends on our collective efforts to conserve and protect our planet's natural resources. By taking steps to reduce deforestation, promote reforestation, and mitigate the impacts of climate change, we can ensure that these magnificent trees continue to stand as symbols of the beauty and resilience of the natural world. The preservation of giant trees is not just a matter of environmental conservation, but also a cultural and historical one. These trees have been part of human history for centuries, with some of them being over 1,000 years old. They have been revered by indigenous cultures and have played important roles in their spiritual and cultural practices. The cultural significance of these trees has led to the establishment of national parks and reserves that protect them from human activities such as logging, mining, and other forms of land use change. These parks not only protect the trees but also the wildlife that depends on them. In addition to protecting existing forests and planting new trees, there are other ways to support the conservation of giant trees. Supporting organizations that work to conserve and restore forests is one such way. Another is to reduce our carbon footprint by using public transport, walking, or cycling, and reducing our energy consumption. By doing so, we can help to reduce the impacts of climate change and protect the health of our planet. In conclusion, the conservation of giant trees is essential for the survival of the natural world and our planet. These ancient giants play a crucial role in regulating the Earth's climate, preserving biodiversity, and sustaining human cultures. By working together, we can ensure that these trees continue to stand tall for generations to come.